Okay, we are back to the Cowboys Rams. We wake up and we're back to where we were. This is getting ridiculous. This is ridiculous. We're in the Twilight Zone. So we're going to be playing the Cowboys Rams again. We should just tape it. We have recorded and uploaded it. Alright, so I guess that's where we are now. So let's just roll with the punches, shall we?
The dawn of a new season brings the dawn of a new era for this franchise. There is a new coach in charge, tasked with guiding this team to the peak of the NFL. For someone with dreams of reaching Canton, this first day and their first interview will set the stage for a career to come.
I guess he's got to think about it. Deep in thought. Somehow, I think he doesn't have energy sometimes. Kind of fades out. Well, he's probably got in the earpiece Jerry Jones and the Jones family in his earpiece. Oh, that's true. True be that. Alright, for the LA Rams.
Some turmoil threatens their roster in the early season. A challenge has been made for a top spot on the depth chart. Competition breeds success, but coaches will decide how far the competition goes.
the updates, upgrades, Kobe. We got some changes in the teams. The Cowboys have traded a lot of players so that they can get stealth aliens and squids, non-Madden roster players from the early Madden years. Stealth aliens and squids. So don't be surprised if you don't see your favorite players on the Cowboys. They're scattered towards the Giants, I believe the Lions, Packers, Buffalo Bills. I mean, they're Eagles. I believe they're scattered. So I know this is going to be upsetting to the Madden purists who probably hate us and think that Pirate Radio broadcast is full of BS. That we're all just messing around over here, not being true to Madden rosters. Well, excuse us, but this is what we've been consistent since Madden 12. We're only being consistent with our consistencies. And we apologize if all this Twilight Zone insults your Madden purist aura, mentality, whatever. You know, we apologize. But stealth aliens and the squids are going to be on the roster. So let's get on with the game. At least for the Dallas Cowboys.
If you're a freeway fan, we're just east of the 405. One of the modern jewels of the NFL. Beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. Ready to get the preseason started. Off we go from SoFi Stadium. So the Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go work for the first time. They are led out by the quarterback, formerly University of Tennessee. It's Joe Milton.
Starting all the way back in the spring, like there has been months of preparation building for this very game. And a lot of the guys on the sideline that have been around for a long time, these preseason games might not feel all that important. But I promise you, that young guy who's putting an NFL helmet on for the very first time, running out of that tunnel, these games go a long way, not only to making this current roster, but trying to make a career playing video games.
And we take it in another swing. Game just
So it's a quick hair here, what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. They knew it was coming, and they ended up holding them to just a short game.
on the 38 now. Here's second down and 7. Fake the give, and now Milton. Pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. We have an injured player for the Rams on the field. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. On the shotgun, a throw from Milton. They send Britton Covey back deep. Once again led by Matthew Stafford at quarterback. First 12 years with Detroit, his 5th year with the Rams, including a Super Bowl championship, winning Super Bowl 56. The #1 overall pick, all the way back in 2009.
Judging by our conversations with the coaches, Mike, I think it's a pretty safe bet. We won't be seeing a lot of this guy. I think what they're trying to do is just get him under center, not pump some of the rest of the offseason, and get him a couple of reps before he starts in week 1. At the end of the day, you just can't replicate this type of line action. So if you're an established veteran, you like him, or a young quarterback, these reps in the preseason are invaluable.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now it's a bootleg with Stafford. He was trying to get it to CD Lamb. And 3rd down coming up.
And the defender does such a good job, like not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
3rd and 2, Stafford. He's the receiver. On a gain of 13. Good for a Rams first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just...
You're not hallucinating, but you are going to be upset. CD Lamb, in order to make room for stealth alien Elvis Armenius for the Cowboys as wide receiver, they traded CD Lamb to the Rams. And to make room for Eddie James, stealth alien Eddie James, they traded Dak Prescott to the Giants. I know. The Madden roster purists are like screaming at us, this is BS. Why are we messing around with Madden? Because it's just the game. It's all in the game, you know? Since Madden 12. That's how we've been at Pirate Radio Broadcast. Excuse us.
So important, like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down. These were the short plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Waiting! Throwing again is Stafford. Going back to the That's catch 3 just on this drop. And he gets his team a 1st down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space. And we're able to...
2nd and 6 at the Cowboys' 6-yard line.
good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go because with them running for the center before the steal, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get covered. We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. In this case, if the ball's incomplete, it brings up fourth down.
So on comes Joshua Hardy to try this field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Hardy's kick is good. And the Rams are up to a 3-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away.
The Cowboys take
Cowboys for the second time. And Greg, week 1 here in the preseason, but we know a lot of guys are going to make the roster. There's still a lot to happen in training camp, and players can find their way to a spot on the opening Sunday.
We hear these stories all the time, Mike, where there's a little buzz about a guy in training camp, and from that all of the beat reporters and maybe the coaches talk about it a little bit. But then there's the surrounding question is he going to make the roster? And it's really what they do in these preseason games away from practice that ends up being the deciding factor. And how often we see not only do they make the roster, but in some cases they become really roles down the line as the season unfolds. I know a lot of fans and some of the veterans, these games will feel like a whole lot, but to some guys on that sideline, their entire careers are full. Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Milton. Quick runner, taken in. And the work is close to the first down. The Lions a tad short.
a 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Third and a yard. They'll go with the sneak. And gets that first down at the 30. For a good run to keep this drive
And
going.
the Cowboy first down.
That was early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory. And certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short. Gets a fresh set of downs, and now they're going to see if they can come away with some points.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Get out of the gun is Milton. Gets it away quickly, and it's blocked. That keeps him left down schedule. First down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Rams 23-yard line.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. Throwing is Milton. And will take this into the end zone. What a run! Joe Milton. Touchdown, Dallas.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
The kicker
Brandon
on
Aubrey
the
now for the extra point. through. Cowboys move out to a similar 3 lead.
Rams 3.
So now after the touchdown, now is Aubrey to kick this one away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Piece of field position to start the drive. Rams offense ready for their second possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Stafford. And he's going to get this to 37 yards.
And the Rams
It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick 1st down.
10 at the 37.
And well, it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike. This is not a throw he wants to make a habit of because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here. Results in a big pickup and get a fresh set of downs.
Second and 2.
So they have these rules for the receivers, like they call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft bed.
Getting in there for the sack. It's got to feel great as he gets this preseason off on the right foot.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses down. Not only do you lose that down, now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. The shotgun, it's Stafford.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. The lead sits at 4. So we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10.
Alert! Alert! Let's go now! Alert! Alert!
First carry now for Jaden Blue. And he'll get that From the 24 now,
hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
Rams offense take their lead. Take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Play action now for Stafford. He'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That's good. We're on Rams.
That is a big play for LA.
1st and 10 at the
33 yards.
28-yard line.
Here's a handoff.
That's former Cowboy Williams, halfback, with the Rams, to make room for the stealth aliens.
Get him
On the
down.
stop. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 25-yard
Second
line.
down, they need 7. They go play action with Stafford.
Just beautiful ball there by the quarterback. Make sure the viewer understands this. In the NFL, if you wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks will throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike. And he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
Joshua Curry comes out now for the extra point. The kick is good, but the flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. So following the score, here's Evans to send it away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
Cowboys offense are ready to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Now they'll pitch it out here. This defense they get down behind the line. It's a loss of the 32.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early in this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Running is
I think every running back's dreams that he's going to run through a wide open hole and heartbreakingly touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
3rd, they need 8.
We typically see the big guys that are going to make big plays at the line. And every so often, he's able to drive through, get in the backfield,
That's covered. And looking forward for a few yards on the return. Here from the Rams as their offense drops back onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. It's taking a dizzy first quarter for him so far. The 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it right. It's a big chip play to secure that.
Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And he'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. He'll complete it.
It just seems like whenever they made a big play or a 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to. It's certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved, and it keeps the offense on the field.
Play action, Stafford. And he's being run out of bounds. Good gain on 1st down. They pick up 7 yards. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 2. They run over center on 30. They'll get this inside the 20 and they run their way up top. It's 1st down. A touchdown apiece here in the 1st quarter of play. The Rams out to the early lead. We're back in Southern California in a moment. Second quarter now, Rams in control of the football as they've got it with 1st and 10.
Alright, the changing of the guard, the quarterback situation. Jimmy G will be coming in, and then we'll be seeing, towards the end of the game, Stetson. For the Cowboys, Will Greer, and the free agent stealth alien Eddie James. Might not see him in this game. I mean, they traded all these Cowboys away. The least they could do is put these people in there. Come on, man. I don't believe it. Believe it. Believe it. Hey, Vato, this is like cooking menudo without the menudo. I know. I mean, this is... Well, they'll figure it out. The Cowboys will figure it out.
Ready! Here we go!
Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. Closes quickly. He'll get it done with about 13-yard line.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7.
Let's go now!
They'll go again here
are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short game.
This throw left side is complete. And he's quite gets it up. Good job there defensively, and now decision time by QTR. And it's 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
He missed it from short range. A bad miss. It's no good. And this will stay a 3-point game. The Cowboys offense getting set to get back to work. They'll start out 1st down and 10.
Center play action game, and the ability to make those two things look alike, and it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
2nd and 2. They'll run the toss here with Blue.
Nice job by them getting them back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get on, break down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw.
They should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. He'll drop the throw. The throw here is complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to settle for a good.
The drag is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree. A really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. A shot, and he's got it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So, throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
The break the huddle, coming up down for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
A run on 1st and goal.
One of the stealth alien free agents is the offensive line, stealth alien Abraham Isaac, but he's on injured reserve. He was getting off the bus to the stadium and he tripped on a banana. So he's on injured reserve. So he's not going to be in the game. But, well, you know, they traded all these Cowboys away. Stealth alien Eddie James is not even going to play. Elvis Arminius, where is he? And Abraham Isaac slipped on a banana peel getting off the bus to the stadium. Damn! Not getting off on a good start, but hey, they're might score a touchdown or a field goal. So hey, you know, things work out. They're working things out. It's a work in progress, people.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Inside the 5, it is second and goal. Blue.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
From back at the 5, here now third and goal. Back to throw.
Since we're not going to be seeing stealth alien Eddie James, let's mosey on down. I mean, Stetson Bennett will take over in the fourth quarter. So we'll see Stetson. Jimmy G did a good job. 20-17.
Take over possession of the football. Try to establish some tempo. Start this one with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive.
defense.
Lou gonna get a get here on the first down. And he's gonna be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. They get it even 20 on that
First down,
first down.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
They'll come up here, first and 10. He'll work to front. That's into traffic, not taken in. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down. On the ground, it's Blue.
He does a nice job in his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Now they'll set up to throw. Taken down. They got him. And it's
The last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
They need one right now. Third and long.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go.
So, pressure kick coming now for Brandon Humphrey. This one, he's got to have. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And the Cowboys have tied it up here in the fourth quarter. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, will take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down.
It all started with a Rams quarterback, Stetson, interception, and then this. This happens. My gosh, the Rams are a glutton for punishment, self-destruction. Yeah, it's like the menudo without the menudo. You and your menudo. Let's get back to the game.
On the handoff, Blue.
I'm Mexican American. I can't help but eat menudo. Nana, she brings it. Okay. We don't need a full, detailed, long story. Let's cut it short to shh, zip it. Let's get back to the game.
At this point, we're going to need two hands together quickly here to tease an average in this one, but unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
All that rapping pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills.
They'll try to run this one in. He's not going to get in. They stop him up short. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. Kicks away. From the 6, here comes a return. They'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Rams offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and a goal. On the give, it's Warner. And he's going to get 1st down. Pass for the 40-yard line. 7-yard gain. And the Rams, 1st down. 1st and 10.
Second game at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to put the numbers down.
He is taken down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
Now Bennett. It'll be a short takeout. That's not enough for the 1st down.
4 brings up 3rd and 12.
And he's going to have the Rams 1st down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. On the jump. Ready, go. Bennett to throw. He is taken from the 44 now. Your 2nd
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
They'll run it with Williams. And they'll take this down inside the 30 yards. It's a pickup of 13 yards. 1st down, LA.
That's 11. Rams, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
It's another run here for Williams. This time, it's another last snap. Not this one. They serve it for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 9. To the air. It's Bennett. Intercepted. He was free. Inside. And he's got this one back the distance. Touchdown, Dallas. What a play by the defense in a tie game. Not only did they come up with a turnover, Greg, they score a touchdown and take the lead. to the extra point. You're touching it on.
This game is over. Sorry, Stetson. I just don't have any faith in your ability to do anything but get intercepted. Stetson, stick to being just a water boy, getting the Gatorade for the coach.
So, 4 quarters, not enough to find a winner. Both teams plenty to chew on before the regular season gets going. But for now, thankfully, with the rule implemented back in 2021, the game ends here. No overtime in the preseason, so this game will end as a tie. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night.
And where is Elvis Armenius and Eddie James? Where are those two? Young and Jalen get the upgrades for the Rams. And for the Cowboys, Stealth Alien Elvis Armenius. Wow, I didn't see him. Well, that's why he's stealth. Bell. Yeah, I guess so. Bell. And then Cropper. Well, that ends this. So, hope you enjoyed again the Cowboys Rams. My gosh. Alright, good night, yous.